So the Pentagon tried to blacklist Anthropic, but a federal judge just called it Orwellian and blocked it. Now Anthropic is heading toward an IPO. Evidently, the Pentagon may have waged a war against the wrong AI company. This is the Super Bowl for tech Twitter. Welcome to the best day in AI history for Anthropic. Let me walk you through how the government fumbled this entire situation so badly that a federal judge is now going up against their own military establishment. Those were its two egregious red lines that led the Pentagon to designate them as a supply chain risk over a $200 million contract. That is a label that's never been publicly used against an American company. It's reserved for foreign adversaries, companies suspected of espionage. They used it on a San Francisco AI company because the company said no to them. Toddlers have been known to be more reasonable than Pete Hegseth. So Judge Rita Lynn wrote a 43-page ruling, and our girl Rita called the Pentagon's behavior Orwellian. She said, and this is a direct quote, "Nothing in the governing statute supports the Orwellian notion that an American company may be branded a potential adversary and saboteur of the U.S. for expressing disagreement with the government." Bars. She called it classic First Amendment retaliation. She pointed out that the Pentagon's own records showed that they blacklisted Anthropic because of its, quote, hostile manner through the press. They got banned for talking to journalists. I, for one, need Rita to be protected at all costs. This was a very courageous thing for her to do in a climate that is exactly what she described it as. Prayers for Rita. But the detail that makes the Pentagon's position actually kind of embarrassing, she found that the Pentagon's officials were still sending friendly contract negotiation emails to Anthropic's CEO at the exact same time they were preparing to brand the company a national security threat. They were also still using Anthropic's technology for national security operations in Iran, even after designating them a national security risk, which really is irreconcilable. You can't call a company a threat to the military while the military is using that company to fight a war. The Pentagon CTO responded by posting on X, our modern civilized agora, that the ruling was a disgrace with dozens of factual errors. He named 0 of the factual errors, but rest assured there were dozens. Meanwhile, in the same day, in a total victory lap for Dario Amodei, who I really hope is just pouring champagne on his head at this point, Bloomberg reports Anthropic is planning an IPO as soon as October because, of course they are. A federal court just massively validated their entire company. If they were already public, their stock would be blasting through the roof right now. The company that stood up to the Pentagon and won is about to go public with the best founder narrative in tech since Google turned down a $3 billion acquisition from Yahoo. Also the same day, Fortune and Axios reported that Anthropic accidentally leaked the existence of a new model in internal testing. Reportedly, this model is like primo. Employees are calling it a step change in capabilities, which means that something fundamentally moved. If you already love Claude, you know even better Claude is like celestial, as long as it's nothing like Sonnet. I don't play about Sonnet. Details are thin because the leak was unintentional, but the timing, right as they win in court and prep on an IPO, is either a very lucky accident as part of the rule of threes or the most strategic one, all while OpenAI is killing off SideQuest products, losing a deal with Disney, and breaking up with romantic partner AI initiative. 6 weeks ago, the government tried to kill Anthropic, but today it's probably worth more than ever. So SF went to war with DC, and for now, it won. The Pentagon has 7 days to appeal, and Anthropic is planning to go public in October with a 43-page court ruling that basically says the US government tried to destroy them for having principles. That is an incredible IPO pitch deck.